Haridev, Haridev, Haridev. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Looks like we need to wait for a few more to join, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I'll be putting a message in the group.
Okay.
You can start, Mataji. They'll join definitely.
You can start? Okay.
Yes, Mataji. You can start with prayers.
Yeah. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langete girim yatpatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataram. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Hitam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rushabhanostate Devi Pranamami Harite Vanchakalpatarubhyasya cha Kupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you all see my screen, Matajis? Are you able to hear me, Matajis?
Yes, Mataji, we are able to hear you.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I feel like I've got, screen is little bit.
Yes, Mataji, it is seen now.
Yeah, it's okay, right? Yeah, you all can see this is what we have to do, right? This is the first time I am joining for Brahma Samhita, Mataji, for reciting. It was good initiative. I really would have loved to do it from the beginning somewhere, but yeah, so many commitments we had, so couldn't be part of this beautiful sessions. But yeah, so we read the verse now, right? So then we'll recite every one of us one time or few times, and then word to word and translation like that, right, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, so as per
Yeah.
your convenience.
Okay, so Sri Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 35. Eko api so rachayutam jagadanda yachchaktiri sasti jagadanda chayadananta andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajamim. एकोपसेव्रचयुतं जगदण्डकोटिं यचक्तिरस्ति छायायदन्तः अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुछायान्तरस्थं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Anyone wants to recite? One after the other. We have few raised hands. Rohini is raising hand. You want to recite, Mataji?
Pranam Mataji, Hare Krishna. Ekopyasarachitam jagadanda-kotim yachchaktirasti jagadanda-chayayadantaha andantarastha-paramanu-chayantarastham govindamadi-purusham tamaham bhajami. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Ekopyasau rachayitum jagadanda kotim yachaktirasta jagadanda chayaya dantaha andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Thank you, Mataji.
Meenakshi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Ekopi saurachayutam jagadanda-kotim yachchaktirasti jagadanda-chaya yadanta andhantarastha paramanu chayantarastham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
Shall I read Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please. Yeah.
Ekopyasaurachayitum jagadanda-kotim yachchaktirasti jagadanda-chayayadantaha andantarastha-paramanu-chayantarastham govindamadi-purusham tamaham bhajami. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who else are there? Suguna Mataji, Sugunamayi Mataji.
Yes, I am only Mataji. Sugarmai Saraswati.
Yeah. Anyone else there?
Hare Krishna.
Not able to see the hands raised. I don't know what happened in my Zoom. So that's why I'm just. Okay. Anyone else? Suma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Ekopi asau rachayitum jagadanda-kotim yachchaktirasti jagadanda-chayaya tadanta andantarastha-paramanu-chayantarastham govindamadi-purusham tamaham bhajami. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else? There are 17 participants, but I can't see the raising hands.
No one has raised, Mataji, now.
Raised up. So anyone wants to learn and read? If you're not able to, also we can try.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shall I try?
Yeah, try.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Ekopyasau rachayitum jagadanda kotim yachaktir asti jagadanda chayad antaha
Chayadanantah
chayada antaha andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam govindamati purusham tamaham bhajami. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Any Prabhujis are there?
Mataji, yes, I am here. Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Mataji.
Hare
But
Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, script we can't able to follow. That's why I am keeping quiet.
Okay, so maybe I will read one line and you follow. Is that
Oh
okay?
yes, by all means, Mataji, by all means.
Ekopasau rachayutam jagadandakotim
Ye kopi asau rachayitam jagadanda
yachaktirasti jagadanda chayadanantah
yachaktir asti jagadananda chayadanantaha
andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam
andanantrasta andanantrasta paramanu chayantarastam
govindam.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else? It's a beautiful verses. It's good to learn and recite. I hope you all know, but yeah. Yeah, Nandini Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'll follow after you, Mataji.
Okay. Ekopasau rachayutam jagadandakotim
Ekopyasau rachayitam jagat andakotim
yachaktirasti jagadanda chayadanantah
yachaktir asti jagadanda chayad antaha
andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam
andantarasta paramanu chayantrastam chayantarastam
Govindam
Govindamadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajani.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Mataji, shall I try Mataji?
Yes, sure, Mataji.
Ekopyasau rachayitam jagadandakotim yachaktirasti jagadanda chayayada antaha andantarastaparamanujayataranstam govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So we'll read word to word now. So ekaha, one, api, although, asau, he, rachayitum, to create, jagat anta, of universes, kotim, millions, yat, whose, shaktihi, potency, asti, there is, jagatanda chaya, all the universes, yat antaha, within whom, andantarastaha, which are scattered throughout the universe. Paramanu chaya, the atoms. Antarastam, situated within. Govindam, Govinda. Adipurusham, the original person. Tam, him. Aham, I. Bhajami, worship. So these are the praises or glorification of Lord Brahma to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, so we all know how the Brahma Samhita has originated, right? I mean, you must have all discussed in your initial classes. Who knows how Brahma Samhita originated?
Mataji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found the 5th chapter in Adikeshavalu temple, Mataji.
Yeah, that's right. When he was traveling in South India too, that time he happened to be there in Adikeshava temple and he found this manuscript, which is lost, I mean, found there. Only the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita was found, and that's the one which is giving the whole essence of all, scriptures, Srimad Bhagavad, everything. Yeah. So like that he found, and as soon as he found, he was almost into tears seeing this scripture. And then that's how, we got. And later Baldev Vidyabhushan, and then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has, given us the philosophy which is going to be discussed in this particular verse. So we'll read the translation. Anybody is willing to read? The translation? Shobha Mataji, want to read?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yeah, very much. Good.
Okay. He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, present in his fullness in every one of the atom that is scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord who is adored. Purport. Should I read, Mataji?
Yeah, I think someone else can read, Mataji. So
Hare Bol. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna, Hare Krishna Mataji. Shall I read purport, Mataji?
yes, Krishnamurti Prabhu, please.
Purport,
Can you
purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the highest of all entities. In him is an entity which is termed Chit spiritual, which is distinct from the principle of limitation. By his inconceivable power, he can at will create numberless universes. All the mundane universes owe their origin to the transformation of his external potency. Again, his abode is beyond human conception, since all the worlds, limited and spiritual chit exist in him, and he resides simultaneously in his fullness and entirely in all the atoms in all the worlds. All pervasiveness is only a localized aspect of the majesty of Krishna, the Lord of all. Though he is all pervasive, yet in his existence everywhere in a medium shape consists his spiritual lordship beyond human conception. This argument favors the doctrine of simultaneous inconceivable distinction and modification, and knocks down the contaminating Mayavada and other allied
doctrines?
doctrines. Hare Krishna
Yeah,
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji Prabhuji. So these are, this particular verse is actually going to, give us some insights into the main philosophy which we follow, propounded by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the purport is giving us the information, like we all know, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. First verse of Brahma Samhita says that, right? He's Sarva Karana Karana. And he is like, in him is an eternity. That is, a spiritual aspect is there, chit, that chit potency of the Lord, which is the internal energy, which is the complete energy of the Lord, absolute truth. And then, that particular energy or power of the Lord is very inconceivable for us, because, he will create innumerable universes, which if you had read Canto 2, you know how Krishna is coming from, expansion of the expansion, plenary portions. Mahavishnu, how he is, creating the innumerable universes from his skin pores. And then, from each and every, after creating all these innumerable universes, is the origin of that, and with his external energy is creating these innumerable universes, and then he is actually entering into all these unlimited innumerable universes again, as first Karanodakshaya ocean is there, and then Karanodakshaya Vishnu is from skin pores is emanating all the innumerable universe by his inhaling and exhaling process, and then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into all of these universes. And then after he's entered into all that, then he is entering into each and every living entity created by Lord Brahma, has Shirodakshaya Vishnu, and then he's not only living entities in each and every atom is there. So this is beyond human conception. We all, have to follow the authority, read from the scriptures and understand. But it's beyond our human conception, because with our limited knowledge, we will not be able to understand the spiritual potency, that chit potency of the Lord, which is existing in him. And then he is simultaneously is residing in his fullness in everywhere in these atoms as well as in the everywhere in the world. So he is like that all potent, pervasive, means all omniscient, omnipresent, like that. So that is the supremacy of the Lord. So that is pervasive everywhere, is existent everywhere in a medium shape. That is, like that in the purport we read. A spiritual, position is beyond human conception. So this is like this. So the Supreme Lord is existing everywhere, and he is like considered as like he is Vibhu and we are Anu, like that. We are part and parcel of the Lord, and he is the Supreme Lord, like that. We are fragment of the Lord. So there is an argument of different doctrines, different philosophers have come up with different understanding of this inconceivable distinction and non-distinction of Supreme Lord existing at the same time in this world and as well as spiritual world. So like that, because he's non-different, but at the same time he is existing as not existing, like that. So then with all this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come up with the doctrine of philosophy which we all follow, following the Madhva Sampradaya. It is called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. So from this book, I'm just trying to look. Bhaktivinoda Thakur commentary is there, and it's translated by His Holiness Bhanu Swami. So there also it is mentioned that Brahma is saying, oh my dear Lord, I worship Govinda, who is the original person and who is one Tattva, means there's a Shakti and Shaktiman. So Shakti is the Lord and then his energies, like that. Shakti, they're not different from himself, and they're producing millions of universes, who dwells within each universe and who simultaneously is situated in each atom completely, like that. So there it's mentioning that the Krishna is a spiritual substance different from material elements, like that. By his will only Krishna is creating all these unlimited universes by his Achintya Shakti, which is in potence, inconceivable potency of the spiritual Shakti of the Lord. The whole universe is actually transformed of his Shakti only, like this. So that is unique. So spiritual and material worlds exist within him, and he is simultaneously existing in all these worlds, and he is situated completely with each atom of this universe. So its quality of existing or pervading is there, but as just a glance only, the fragmental power of Krishna, everything is created like that. That's how he is all pervasive, and it exists perfectly everywhere. Still within the medium size of form only is there, not complete, but is still there. That is his extraordinary spiritual power. So this concept is there. What is coming from with this understanding is that simultaneously he is there and is not there. Simultaneously different and non-different. That is Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. That is what we accept as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as philosophy, doctrine of philosophy is given to all of us, and then this particular philosophy is accepted, and this is actually refuting Mayavadi's philosophy, rejected completely of what Mayavadi's think about. So that is what in the purport is mentioned, that this argument favors the doctrine of simultaneously inconceivable distinction and non-distinction. So simultaneously different and not different. So Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. So this is what Achintya is inconceivable potency of the Lord. Veda is different. non-different, and Bheda is different, and Abheda is non-different, like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming. I mean, we are coming from Madhva Sampradaya, so where we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming from that Madhvacharya lineage. So we are coming from that Sampradaya. So he actually accepted some important aspects of all the tattvas contained in all other Vaishnava Sampradayas, and then he brought about all the teachings together. So all the teachings together to give us some perfect understanding or attain some perfection of this complete absolute truth of the Lord, and then attain that love of Godhead, like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his own words, is quoted. I mean, whatever is quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami. From there, from Madhva, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Madhva Sampradaya he took is that defeating Mayavadi philosophy is that's how he defeated Mayavadi philosophy, taking this teachings that service to the worship of the deity Krishna and accepting him as eternal spiritual position, so that we understand that we are part and parcel of the Lord. And then our constitutional position. What is our constitutional position? Can anyone share?
Service to the Lord.
Yes, servant of Krishna.
Yeah.
Jivene Swarupa Hai Krishna.
Nitya Krishna Das.
Yeah, Jivere Swarupa Hai Krishna. So that is something he propounded, because it is actually refuting Mayavadi philosophy. Anybody can say what Mayavadis actually propagate? Or
They're merging in effulgence.
yeah, so they just believe in oneness. They just say that
Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi, like that. So they don't like, and they say, what is that famous doctrine we have now? What is that? They say that Brahma Satyam.
Jagat Satya Brahma Satya. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya.
Jagan Mityam. So they say this Jagat is Mityam, means false. But according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu principle, I mean, whatever we understand with our authorized scriptures, that this Jagat is not Mityam, right? It's not false. What it is?
Temporary.
Yeah. It is temporary, right? Yeah. So like that. So then we don't actually worship to become one with God. So that way, that the Mayavadi philosophy is defeated, right? So there is one extreme it has gone, and Shankaracharya has propounded his philosophy of Advaita, right? Advaita, it's gone at one extreme. That, considering worshiping God means one with the Lord, like that. But when it comes to Rahman, someone is on mute, so my sound is echoing. My volume.
There are a lot of disturbance.
Yeah,
Radhika Mataji, Raji Lakshmi Mataji, could you please go on mute?
because I can hear my echoing voice. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mataji, you please make one of us co-host. I'll do it, Mataji. You please make me co-host.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Huh? Is that okay with you all?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So now I can see the participants here. Yeah. Okay. So that is what, so from there is then this let's imagine there's a pendulum. You all know pendulum, right? There's a pendulum clocks. So that Shankaracharya's philosophy is just going, Advaita is going to the one extreme. And then we've got Ramanujacharya philosophy where, it's come to balance that a little bit, bringing that. So from the Ramanujacharya philosophy, Ramanujacharya, what is it? There's a body and there is a spirit. And then from that, who is changing in our body? Who's changing? There's something which is not changing and something which is changing, right?
The body is changing, soul is not changing.
Mataji, yeah. Correct.
Body is changing, and so there is Ishvara and there is Atma, like that. So to bring the pendulum a little bit balance, Ramanujacharya differentiated between Jiva, that is the soul, and then Jagadish, that is the Supreme Lord. So there is a difference between body and soul. There's Ishvara is there, and then Atma is there. So bodies are changing, but Atma is not changing. Yeah. So body is growing, but Atma doesn't grow or change. So like that, Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, is there, is not affected by any of the changes in this material world. But we as Jivatmas, he is Paramatma, we is Jivatma. So like when he is entered into each and every living entity, even into the atoms, is there as a Shirodaksha Vishnu, which is Paramatma. So it's Paramatma. He is not changing. He is in that, how is the soul, the size of the soul we have in Bhagavad Gita, right? In second chapter, who remembers?
1 by 10,000 part of the tip of the hair, Mataji.
1/10,000, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah,
Yes,
tip of the soul.
Tip of the hair.
Tip of the hair. Yeah. So like that. So that is like, minute, like that. So Paramatma feature like that. So when, Bhagavan is not affected by any of these changes in the material world, but Jiva, we, and the world is undergoing lots of, we are experiencing like that. So that bring back that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted two teachings from Ramanujacharya, that there's a concept of devotion service is there. It's not polluted by this karma, jnana, like that, and then service to the devotees. These two things there. And then there is another sampradaya, that is Vishnu Rudra Sampradaya, from where Vishnu Swami's teachings are there. In there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted two more elements. He said that dependence on Krishna, there's exclusively depending on Krishna is there on the path of Ragamarga, they are, and then the devotional service is like that. And then from Nimbarka Sampradaya, he has taken another two important principles, that there is a necessity of taking shelter of. Whom does Nimbarka Acharyas, anyone has seen in Vrindavan, if you come across the followers of Nimbarka Acharya, what do they say?
Is it about 4 Kumaras, Mataji?
Yeah. What do they generally, keep on saying? They take the shelter of the energy of the Lord.
Yugal Kishore.
They say Radhe Radhe.
Yes, Mataji. They Swakiya Bhav, Mataji.
Yeah, so they say Radhe Raya, Radhe Radhe. So they necessarily take the shelter of Srimati Radharani. And then their main principle is that they have high esteem or regard for Gopi's love for Krishna. So this is also been, these teachings also been accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like what is this is we're trying to understand is that from all these four principal sampradayas, there's Madhva Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya, and then Rudra Sampradaya and Nimbarka Sampradaya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has culminated all the principles into come to one understanding to refute Mayavadi's philosophy, doctrine of Brahma Satya, Jagat Nityam, and then our service is meant to become one with the Lord. These and all been refuted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. He instructed to the Mahatma, to the people in general, that with the Atintya Veda Tattva philosophy. That means that Supreme Lord is simultaneously one with and different from his creation, like that. So Lord Chaitanya taught this philosophy. Guess how he taught this philosophy to all of us? That's okay if you go wrong.
Mataji, his guru was from Mayavadi. Mayavadi, his guru was Lord Chaitanya. Bharat.
His guru is Ishwarapuri.
Mataji, we have to serve the Lord in a Vipralamba Bhava, Mataji.
Yeah, that is right. But Mahaprabhu came to do something very important.
Harinam
Sankirtan Yajna, yeah, Sankirtan, like that. Yeah, so he taught this philosophy to us through the sound vibration, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So we all know, right? Achintya Veda Tattva is there. And we all chant every day. And when we chant every day, what do we believe when we chant?
Krishna is present in his names, Mataji.
Yeah. So Krishna is there in the name. Krishna is there in the form also. Krishna is there in the name also, like that. And then chanting is not different from names are not different from form, like that, right? Then we take the shelter of the holy name every day. Through the Radharani's mercy, we want to engage in service of the Lord. This is what we try to chant, right? When we chant, this is what our mood is. So he taught us this Maha Mantra. And then he, through the sound incarnation of the Lord, and then, give us to the whole world to understand that there is no difference between his holy name and his form. So this is what, chanting the holy name of the Lord we can directly, when we chant the holy name of the Lord, we are directly in contact with the Lord. Yeah, just like if you want to call someone your near and dear who is very far, maybe imagine, in just one WhatsApp phone call, which is free of cost. Just call and then you connect, you feel happy. Video call is there, so many things like that. Similarly, when we connect to the Lord through this chanting mantra, it's like through our chanting, we are connecting with the Lord. So our association with the Lord. So that is what has been Mahaprabhu has given us. So that is this sound, chanting of Maha Mantra, so this sound vibration incarnation of the Lord, we are associating with the Lord. Then we go through different stages when we are associating with the Lord. Sometimes we may do Nama Parath, Nama Bhas, and Shuddha Nam. There are different stages, but we have to go through this cleansing process. Cheto Darpana Marjanam is happening. After everything is becoming clear, then this material contamination is clear. If at all we are fortunate and we are situated in that transcendental situation of the Suddha Sattva without any offenses to the Mahamantra when we are chanting, then our love of God is awakened. Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this highest stage of perfecting our human form of life. This is coming from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So like that. So Supreme Personality of Godhead is emanating both in this material and spiritual worlds. He is there. Is a Supreme Spirit, and we as an individual spirit. He is Paramatma, we are Jiva, like that. And we are as an individual spirit soul, we are almost identical to him, but not. So almost identical to the materials, like that. Yeah. So the material world is in this material world, we are all full of conditioned souls, and we are trying to load it over this material nature and trying to enjoy this material world. And this material world is a manifestation of the Supreme Lord's material external energy only is manifested this material world. And then since we are all actually, minute spark of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is the super soul of both this material world and spiritual world. Yeah. So when the Mayavadis say that there is a Brahma Satyam Jagam Nityam, we don't accept that. We say this Jagat is Nityam, not false, but it's temporary. And then when we say it's temporary, at that point, what we are trying to connect is that as long as we are trying to see the material, that aspect, this is material, that is spiritual, then we are not able to see the Lord in everything. We are missing the point. As long as we try to, use everything in Krishna service, like if the Vairagya is happening, then in this material world, everything is spiritual. There's nothing material. So this is what we have to realize. So this is manifestation of the energy of the Lord, external energy of the Lord. But when we try to see this energy of the Lord is not different from the Lord's energy itself, then we are good. That means we are able to perceive or conceive that knowledge about that Supreme Lord is absolute. A simple example, we can see that sun rays. The sun rays fall everywhere. Yeah, so we see the sun rays coming from our window to our rooms and all. And where is the sun rays coming from? It's coming from the sun itself, right? So the sun rays and sun, are they different or not different?
Not
Sun rays are the energies of sun, Mataji.
Yeah, but what do you think about it? Is it different or non-different?
Not different.
Mataji, I think both, no? Both. Like it's.
But without sun, do you think sun rays can come?
No, Mataji.
No.
They don't come, right? So without sun, the sun is required to give sunrise. Huh? So it is like looking at, there is, let's say there are two flakes are there, but they're at the same time, they may be different or they're same also. So without sunlight, we don't able to see the sun. They are one and different both. Yeah. So the one and difference is there. Like that, Supreme Lord's energies, they are one and different. So God's energy is, we are like, let's say there is a drop of an ocean. So the drop of an ocean has got same quality of water, which is God. But what is different, which is missing?
It is in the quantity, Mataji. The quality is the same. The drop of water, salty, but the quantity is different.
Yeah, correct. So like that, God's energy, they're equal in quality with God. We are all like that when we are like spirit souls like that. But there's a vast difference in terms of quantity, right? So we are only infinitesimal spark of the spiritual energy. But the Supreme Lord Krishna is finite. His energies are unlimited, like that. So some sections of, like Mayavadis and all, they all believe in becoming one with the God. But others say God is different from all beings, but they all worship every other Supreme Lord, demigods also. But if you think about all this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought about, he refuted all the statements and he said they're simultaneously true. That just as, sun is the source of the heat and light, God is the ultimate source of all the energy. And sun is inseparable from its rays. You can't separate sun from sun rays. Yeah, it's inseparable. God is inseparable from his energies. So God and his energies are therefore non-different. They are same. At the same time, God and his energies are distinct. Like I said, quality and quantity, like that. Sun and sun rays are one, but they're also different. Because sun rays, how much of heat and light we feel it when they fall on us. They are millions and millions of miles away from us, right? The sun is millions and millions of miles away. We can feel the sunlight and heat while the sun itself is away. So how much the intensity of that is different, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Able to understand that? It's a little bit technical. Yeah,
No.
like there's God is omnipresent. And he's there in his energy everywhere. Like we have in 7th chapter, right? You see the Lord in everywhere. So we see in him in water, taste in water,
Sunlight,
moonlight, and then Pranava, Omkara, like that. Yeah. So he is there, but he is maintaining his personality, identity, like that. He's there, omnipresent by his energy, but he maintains his identity as Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. They are different. His own name is there, form is there, qualities is there, 64 qualities of the Lord. His home is different, his activities are different, he associates with different people. Everything is different. So everything is there, it's a display of God's energy, but God is simultaneously different, which is Veda, and non-different, which is Abheda from everything. So this tattva, this truth is actually inconceivable. That is achintya. That to all the mundane people like all of us, it's hard to conceive this particular aspect because all that exists in the spiritual world and the material world is all coming from where? Where is it coming from?
From Lord.
God's energy only. Therefore, is different because he's got certain identity, is distinct from his personal identity in his form, name, qualities, activities, like that. That's why it's different. Therefore, one with and different from God simultaneously is happening because, we worship the Lord, but still, that is what is happening. So this is what, the manifestation of this through his external energy, only all this material world is manifested. And the spiritual world is full of, perfect. And then we as a constitutional position, is eternal constitutional position, is a servant of the Lord. So we want to serve the Lord. We don't want to become one with the Lord, right? That's what, Mayavadi's philosophy has been refuted. We don't want to become one with the Lord. All we want is to serve the Lord wherever we are. Material world, spiritual world, hellish planet, wherever Lord takes us, we don't complain as long as we are engaged in the service of the Lord. So this is what we want. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stresses this doctrine of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva, and he states that the Supreme Lord is the cause and effect of everything and is inconceivably different. I mean, that's like that, simultaneously one with his manifestations of energy and different from them also, like that. So then we as a Madhva Gaudiya philosophy, we following Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we actually closer to the Ramanujacharya's philosophy, almost in the same manner we are. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the identification of that Jiva, the soul, as the eternal servant of Krishna, and is situated as a Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency of the Lord, and based on this philosophy of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. So this is the similar to the Visishta Advaita philosophy, Vaishnava philosophy given by Ramanujacharya. So like that, we following the, Prabhupada founded this Krishna conscious movement for us. So we are almost close to Sripada Ramanujacharya, and they also support us as in this philosophy of Vaishnava philosophy of understanding. So it's a combination of that. So Vedanta Sutra and Brahma Sutra, like that, it's a combination. So that, this identification of spirit soul, Jivatma, is identical with Paramatma. We are not identical with Paramatma, but we are non-different because we are minute and he is infinite, like that. So we are part and parcel, but we are Anu, he is Vibhu, like that. So because it is, we are simultaneously, it's difficult to comprehend by a common man like that. But this philosophy to understand in simple is like that. So Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. So similar to that Visishta Advaita philosophy. So if you follow the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu propounded this philosophy, then we are good to go, like that. So that means we are following the footsteps of previous acharyas, and then we are trying to hold the feet of the lotus feet of the Lord, and then trying to become the servant of the Lord rather than trying to become, feel like masters, like that. So take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So then that way, we are, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually defeated Mayavadi philosophy, saying this kind of, this is what we have to, so, and then he gave us, distributed the Sankit Mahamantra to us, and then he told us that holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful, and it gives all the benedictions for us. So it's, the reservoir of the pleasure is Krishna, and Krishna's name is complete. And it's in the, and his form is also complete, but name is complete. So it's not a material thing when we chant. Under any, it's not anything no less powerful than Krishna himself also, like that. So Krishna's name is not contaminated by material qualities. And then no question of getting involved with Maya also. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual, never conditioned by this loss of material nature. And, that's why they are both identical. And we have a, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, like that, Purna Shuddho Nityamukto Vavinnatva Nama Namino, like that. So, and from Padma Purana, this quotation is there. So, so we depend on the mercy of the Lord through the process of chanting.
Mataji, which is the shloka you recited now, Mataji?
This is from Padma Purana, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
So that is what, there is the holy name is transcendental blissful and gives all the spiritual benedictions to us and non-different from Krishna. Like that, the form of all, how the holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. It also gives all benedictions, and holy name is non-different from Krishna, who is the reservoir of all pleasure. And Krishna's name is complete, form is complete, like that. This holy name can never get contaminated with this material world under any circumstances. And holy name has got same power as Krishna himself, like that. So we know so many pastimes from pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? What holy name has done to, even if you have offensively chanted. The Ramacharya is there. We have, anyone can say any examples? Ajamila. Yeah, famous example, we have Ajamila. Yeah, just simply taking the name of his son, he got.
Gajendra Moksha.
Brigari also, no?
Yeah, Mrigari. Haridas Thakur is not like saying offensively, but yeah, the power is there in his chanting, Mahamantra. So many stories also there, based on Lord's chanting, how the potency is being. Now, what is that in the Ram Leela also? How just on the stones you just all the Vanara Sena are putting the name of the Lord, and then stones are floating in the Lord. So there's not different from the Lord. That's what,
Even for Vibhishan also, Mataji, he was having the name of Ram. That's how Hanuman identifies that he is the devotee of
Ram. Yeah, in his room he put everywhere Ram, 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 right? And then he says, he's just meditating on Mandodari, like that.
Ravan came and asked, so he just gave an explanation. It's Ravan and Mandodari.
Correct. Just to think he don't know who he is, but he better to be careful like that. Yeah. So yeah, Ra means Ravana, Ma means Mandodari. So I'm just meditating like that. Yeah. So we have the potency of the holy name we see from the scriptures, how we are able to, get the mercy of the Lord, like that. So like that, we depend on
that. Also, many times only the holy name has protected him, not the Lord himself, but only the holy name protected him.
Correct. And depending on Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva is being constantly remembering, right? So that is the, we are, our position is to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, right? There's a beautiful verse also in that, Kalyuga memory. Can't remember all verses, but I like that to remember, but I always forget also. It's a bottom line is in English, always remember Krishna, never forget.
Mataji, can you complete this, Mataji? Nityo Nityanam?
Huh?
Nityo Nityanam, and then you said something else.
Chetana.
Chetananam.
This is
from Katha. From where?
Katha Upanishad.
Okay.
2.3.13 or something. So like that. So there are so many things. For example, like, you see there is milk and yogurt. That's famous example we see. Is milk different from yogurt? We all agree, right? We can't taste milk from yogurt. But yogurt is made of milk only.
Yes.
The 2.2.13 Mataji, Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. Eko Bahunyo Vidanti Kama.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, so like that. So we are all fragment, part and parcel of the Lord. Like that. We may, build a skyscraper or big factories or even big cities. But it's just, this just like that, we may the cause of those building those things, but we cannot be the cause of big universe. Obviously cannot. Yeah. The cause of the big universe is a big soul, super soul, Krishna. He's the cause of both big and small souls, both. That's why he is a origin of cause of all causes. That's why Nityo Nityanam Chetana Chetana. That only saintly persons can see, like that. He's there within, without. So Supreme Lord can, you can attain only when you are perfected in that situation only, otherwise you will not. Yeah. So like that. So Krishna is a source of everything, is a root of everything. Just like a root of the tree maintains the whole tree, Krishna maintains this original root of everything. He maintains everything in this material manifestation. So he is the prime, eternal among all eternals, like that. He's eternal among all of us. And he's a supreme living entity of these living entities of all of us. And he's alone maintaining all of us. We cannot do anything without intelligence given to us by Krishna. Is the root of the intelligence, like that. So unless a person is intelligent, he cannot understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we have to understand what is the main, how we will be able to understand like that. Yeah. So
Mataji, this verse for always remember Krishna, which we are saying, that is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 22:113. It's given, Mataji.
Yeah, correct. You want to recite, Mataji?
Vishnu? Yeah, Mataji. Smartavya satatam Vishnur vismartavyo na chatu chet sarve vidi nishedasyor yetayor eva kinkaraha. Translation, Krishna is the origin of Lord Vishnu. He should always be remembered and never forgotten at any time. All the rules and prohibitions mentioned in the Shastra should be the servants of these two principles.
Correct. Yeah, that's what. So thank you so much, Mataji, for finding out and reading. That one is a beautiful verse, because this is the problem we have now. We are not able to remember the Lord, and then we're forgetting. We're connecting ourselves with the material world. As long as we connect to the material world, there's no hope. We think this is material, that is spiritual, but there's no differentiation. Everything is spiritual if you use in Krishna's service. Like you may have a first class home, but you still use the home for Krishna's service. It's spiritualized. There's no more material thing. Use all the assets, all the things in Krishna's service, whatever you have, qualifications, skills, or any position you have, everything, all your belongings, you keep it Krishna in the center and use it, and there's no more you are leading a material life. No problem. Even if you have a big bungalow, doesn't matter. But your detachment should be there. When we are using it for Krishna service, that's what we are doing it. That's it. Not for our enjoyment, not for our pleasure. Like that. So yeah, so many everywhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, this point is stressed. Achintya Veda Veda. Simultaneously oneness and different. So that living entity is accepted as the smallest, and then Krishna is Supreme Lord as the greatest, like that. Fire is there. Fire appears to be separate from wood, right? When we see, when we lit a fire to the wood, we don't see wood anymore. Fire is coming when it is completely coming out. And then, as air is flowing through our nostrils, and then it's also coming from our mouth, they appear to be separate from the body. So Paramatma is also there in our heart. He appears separate from living beings. But is he actually separate? Like that. Yeah. So he's not. He's there. So material energy and spiritual energy, both are coming from Krishna only. Like that. So this philosophy is according to the, whatever karma, reactions of karma we have, we are appearing separate from Supreme Lord. But actually, he is intimately related with all of us. How he is related with all of us?
As a Paramatma,
we are part and parcel.
Paramatma.
Yeah, he's not leaving us. Even we want to forget him, like he's just continuing his, his mercy to us in the form of Shirodakshaya Vishnu as Paramatma. He entered into all the living entities and even the atoms, as the purport says in this verse. Also, we may seems to be, not been looked after by the Lord like that, but actually he's always alert. He's always watching us. Like the two birds on a tree, Jivatma, Paramatma. Under all circumstances, we should depend on Supreme Lord's mercy and then revive our relationship with Him. That is what our, our Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana process is there, right? We just have to.
As Jivatma and Paramatma, he's watching us. We are doing all actions and he's watching us.
Correct. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So main principle to understand is that just like a root of the tree is there, which is the cause of everything for the tree to go, like that Krishna is there for all these cosmic manifestations to create. So he's a cause and effect, both is there. He's present in everything in this material manifestation. His energy is there and is non-different from him. Just like how we said, Lord's name is non-different from Lord's form, like that. So this material cosmic manifestation is non-different from him, although it appears different. So we should try to say that everything belonging in this material world, all the things Krishna has given us, we should see Krishna in everything. Then we are able to see that this is spiritual, because we are using it for Krishna only. Even flowers we use for Krishna, fruits we use for Krishna, vegetable we use for Krishna. So that mood should be there. So like that we understand the sunlight is there, heat and light is coming, but it's not different from sun, because we cannot disconnect from sun rays to sun. We have to understand it's coming from sun. You cannot do it like that. So like that, we cannot disconnect from Krishna's energy also. We are living in this material body and we are, living this material world and are living on the, mercy of the Lord given to us. Then if you don't see the mercy coming through him in various energies, then we are conditioned to this material nature, unfortunately, like that. Yeah, so we have to get out of that.
He has given us everything, Mataji. What did he bring and come?
Sorry, Mataji?
I said he has given us everything. What did he bring and come? Nothing.
Yeah. We come with nothing, we go with nothing.
Nothing.
But there is one nice this thing now. Nahi nahi kale. What is that? What is that? The bhajan. Yeah, there's a bhajan. I can't remember now. The bhajan by M.S. Subbalakshmi. If you all know, I don't know.
Bhaja Govindam Mataji.
Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. So in that, it was nicely described. Even Shankaracharya in the end also, he sings. He just propounds this, right? If his followers couldn't understand, but yeah, he understood, because he is he's Krishna's incarnation only. Like he came.
Lord Shiva no Mataji.
Yeah, so he came for a purpose, so he's done that Leela like that. So it's already 5 o'clock, Mataji. So anything else you all want to share or add or comment? I'm happy to hear.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took 2 principles from each Vaishnava Dharma. So can you share that, Mataji?
Can I share that?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. I will share. It is I actually read an article on this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Tattva. So I'll share to Mataji and then she will share in the group. Yeah?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Because I can't remember what you said.
Sure, yeah. Sure, Mataji. I'll share it.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Vaishnava Dharma means, Mataji? What does it mean?
Sorry, Mataji, do you mind repeating again?
Vaishnava Dharma.
Vaishnava Dharma. Yeah, so the Dharma of us is that what is our eternal constitutional position, Mataji? So we are the servant of the Lord, and we just want to serve the Lord, but don't want to, seek anything in return. What we, okay, I'm doing this service, Lord, can you give me this? That is not our intention of serving the Lord. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Got it,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, we being in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Parampara, can we take the teachings of some videos or something like that, Mataji, of other 4 sampradayas? Can we watch or take?
Can you watch? You mean on the YouTube or anywhere outside?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, because we don't know because only when it is Krishna or something like that, we just get attracted and we just keep watching.
Yeah, I think it's better not to, because sometimes there are so many philosophical institutes outside. Though they are propagating something in connection to Krishna, or sometimes you may come across, but you see the bona fide authority should be there behind what they are talking. The scriptures they should follow, and they should be following some sampradaya where these 4,
Yes, Mataji,
sampradaya.
that's what I meant. Those 4 sampradayas. That is acceptable now.
Sampradayas are acceptable, no problem in following or hearing, but make sure you don't get deviated. I mean,
yes,
Srila Prabhupada has given us everything. So unless and until if you're not convinced with all what we have already, we have ocean of information and knowledge to read and hear.
Maybe it is a trick of Maya or something like that, Mataji.
No, it cannot. I mean, it's not. These are all bona fide sampradayas. There's nothing wrong in it. Yeah, but the bottom line is what we are trying to understand is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions to us, because he has personally come in this Kali Yuga to give us, by his own example, he taught us how to, perform Sankirtan and how to lead our life so that we become perfect in this human form of life. So he has given that. So just stick to that is good, because Mahaprabhu has taken from all this, all of the sampradayas, all the essential teachings he has taken us and gave this Achintya Veda philosophy. Now, if we are, happy with what Mahaprabhu has given us, then no point in wandering around, or
Yes,
even
understood now.
Yeah,
ready to use. He has given everything so ready.
Yeah, he is to avoid confusion. He has already done everything in front of us. Is there in a golden spoon. Just have to accept
yes,
it.
Mataji, got it, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare.
That's what my understanding.
Yes, Mataji, Dandavat. Thank you.
So any more something, I don't know, chat. What is there in chat? 4 people put something. Please put the shloka in the group, Mataji. What shloka, Mataji? Which one? Someone said which one? I don't know. Okay. The shloka is this one only, Nama Chintamani. So someone wanted to know who prostitute approached Haridas Thakur.
How the name of the Lord made an impact on that, Mataji, when you asked. So I just posted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she actually got transformed.
Just heard them.
Yeah, Haridas Thakur became as a spiritual master to her, and she got initiated, and that's it. Yeah, so she got delivered by the mercy of the potency of the Lord's name. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
There was one other shloka also, Mataji, which Anita Mataji said that. Maybe that shloka Mataji was referring.
What is that
Always
shloka?
remember Krishna, never forget Krishna.
That one. Okay. Yeah. So Mataji, who recited from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, right? What was the number, Mataji? You said 2 point something. I can't remember now. Mataji recited, right, in the group?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, maybe I'll just put that one. So that Katha Upanishad one, and then that one. I'm going to Nitya Nityana, Chaitanya, that one, and the other one, always remember Krishna, never forget. Maybe I'll send
Mataji put Nama Chintamani also.
Nama Chintamani. Okay, yeah. So these 3 verses, I'll send it to Mataji, then in the group, then forward it to you all. Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranams to Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you.